Yeah, I think Dana, when we obviously didn't accomplish our ultimate goal to play in the NCAA tournament. This group has certainly earned the right to continue to play. I think the NIT, I think their committee does a tremendous job. They put a lot of time into selecting the right teams, and winning a regular season title guarantees you a chance to play in the NIT. But I think it's a little different when you get a home game. Obviously we were not expecting that. We thought we'd go on the road. Give Rob Schmidt a lot of credit, and Ron Strollo. Big reason we got the home game. We put in for the bid. There were some other teams that did not. And then with the arena conflict, it brought Oklahoma State to Youngstown State. Chance to play a Power 5 team is not, real likely in the future, if ever, on your home court. So probably a one-shot deal, but we're certainly excited about it.
What do you expect from Oklahoma State? I mean, in terms of not just what you see on film, but maybe the mentality of this team of, hey, being disappointed not getting the NCAA, or you expect an indifferent team that comes here and goes through the motions, or somebody with a chip on their shoulder, like, hey, we didn't get in, we didn't get the home game. So what do you kind of expect from Oklahoma State?
Yeah, well, Ryan, they're the number one seed in this tournament. They were one of the, if not the first team out of the NCAA tournament. So what I expect is a great team. They play in the best league in America. They're one of the best defensive teams in the best league in America. Their coach is really, really good. I follow that league. I watch that league. I got a lot of friends in that league. So I understand what they're about. They're big, they're physical, they're tough. They're a great team. It'll be the best team we've played all year.
You haven't played for a week, Jerrod, so, I mean, how did you kind of approach this week, knowing you would play again and probably on the road, and it kind of fell into place?
Yeah, we kind of built up to it, Dana. We took a couple of days off. We gave them 3 days off. Then we had 4 or 5 days to get ready. Broke back into rhythm. I think it's all about rhythm. Getting rhythm, feeling confident. Practices were short, but they were high energetic. A lot of getting up and down. But it's certainly been a long time since we played, so we got to get that rust off. But the biggest thing we have to play physical. We have to play tough, physical. Got to execute on the offensive end. You got to shoot when you're open, because you don't get a lot of looks against these guys. We have not seen this much length at the rim probably since West Virginia with that team with Derek Culver down at Cavelli. That team was enormous with Culver and Oscar Shibwe. That's the biggest front line I've ever seen. This is probably, if not, right there with them.
Motivation, I mean, obviously the players and everyone was disappointed, so, this is still a quality tournament, so any problem motivating?
No, not really. I think, motivation comes within. I don't think it's a rah-rah speech. I think it's a culture. It's having an understanding of teams at the mid-major level in one-bid leagues. Only one team gets in. I'm a big believer in the regular season really means something. So what this tournament means is we won a championship. So we get a chance to compete for another championship against some really good teams. You look at this field, there's teams all over the country. Every league in America is represented in this tournament. So I think it's a really neat tournament. We're excited.
You mentioned the quality that Big 12 brings to the table, but there's been Horizon League teams that have made a run through this tournament. You know what I mean? In the last, I think it was probably 6 years ago, Valpo ran through it. What do you talk to the guys about? Not just being happy we're here, but hey, we could win this like anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, it's a single elimination tournament again. We've just played in one of those. We didn't like that feeling after the end of that tournament. Don't want to have that feeling again. We're certainly the underdog. You got to embrace that. Oklahoma State has got great tradition, great conference, great coaching. But our guys got to go out there and compete at a high level on both sides of the ball. So we're not gonna sugarcoat it. We know if we lose, we're done. We want to keep playing. Our kids want to keep playing. So we got to play.
With Malik's status,
he's going to play. Our training staff did a great job. Kelsey, our trainer, our doctors, I thought they did a masterful job. They got him in immediately. We thought something could maybe be torn. There's no structural damage. And this time of year, Joel, a lot of guys are nicked up. Guys are tired. It's a long season. So I think those 3 days for him to get off his feet, he didn't do much on the fourth day, but he's playing. He looks good. We would never put him in harm's way. That's not what we're going to ever do. So he'll be ready to go.
From a community and support standpoint, I think a lot of people expected this team to be in postseason tournaments, but maybe to have not had a chance to watch them at home. Just, it's kind of a bonus for Penguin fans that maybe thought they already watched their last home game. What do you think this does for the community, and what do you kind of expect Thursday?
Yeah, I mean, I take my kids to soccer. I'm one of the carpool dads, so I have two neighbor kids, and I went out to the soccer yesterday, and probably 10 to 15 little kids came up to me and said, "Coach, we'll be there Wednesday night." So I think the community has been unbelievable. The crowds that we have gotten in this city, the fan support, the red outs, the little kids coming on the court, the marketing has been something that we've tried to do here for a long time. And I think as you see it come together, it's a pretty neat feeling, right? I mean, it gives everybody something to do, brings people together. Had another guy text me the other day. He hadn't seen some of these people in a long time. He's seen them at the game, seeing old friends, right? Making great memories. For us to be able to provide a space to be able to do that, watch a great product, a bunch of passionate kids. The fans have been awesome.
Jerrod, off topic, you were named Coach of the Year, Horizon League Coach of the Year, and then also, I think, one of the, I don't know what it was. Yeah. I know it's your award, but I know it's not.
Yeah, I found out today, we were doing our staff meeting, I found out from Adrian Nelson. I said, what are you talking about, AD? What's this Coach of the Year award? I said, I didn't know anything about it. All those individual awards to me, Dana, honestly, it's a combination of a lot of things, right? It's hard work, it's togetherness, it's winning. But, you're only as good as your players. I think it starts and ends with your players, but I got great assistant coaches. This staff is very connected with our team. They all do a great job from Ethan Faulkner to Mantoris Robinson, to Ben Asher, to Danny Reese, to Paul Molinari, to our managers. We've got 7 of the greatest managers I've ever seen. People would be crazy not to hire them in the business world or in our athletic department. So whatever those kids want to do, we're going to try to help them. But it's been a total team effort. Our trainer, our academic people. It's a really neat thing to see the thing come full circle, Dana, because, this program has wanted a winner in basketball. And I think when you win, you get those awards and that stuff's good. But ultimately, it gives you that satisfaction of if things have really fallen into place and the vision has really come full circle.
Even though you didn't win the tournament, you won the regular season championship. So was your goal achieved this year?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when you look back at it and you start to understand the one bid league process, you got to play really, really well for 3 games. In basketball, if you have a bad shooting game, a guy gets hurt, a guy gets in foul trouble. It's tough. The pressure of playing in a one bid league is very, very demanding. I think it's demanding on the players and the coaches. So, that being said, you look at our body of work, 24 wins, school record in Division I, regular season championships, never been done. Playing an NIT game at home has never been done. You got to keep your head up high, and you got to keep going. And really, that's been my message to our guys.
Advice from Hugs or Campy for this game?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Huggins last night. I talked to Coach Campy the night before. I've talked to a lot of coaches, in that conference, and I've watched these guys play quite a bit in 48 hours. You're trying to cram in a lot of tape. The biggest thing is go get a rebound, both coaches said.